guys, welcome to another edition of Shade No Shade. I'm your host Bridget, and today we are doing a review on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yes, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta returns, so I'm super happy about that. And you know, because I live in Atlanta, of course I have to do a review on it, right? So let's get right into it. So first off, we want to start by the cast. You know, they pretty much have the same cast. It looks like they added Alexis Sky and light-skinned Keisha to the cast. Alexis Sky, she was basically known from, I only know her from, you know, dating rappers or whatever. And I know she supposedly had like a little rap career or something like that, but I never heard any music or anything that she did. And light-skinned Keisha, she's a rapper as well, and she actually has some music out. I know she has a song out with Cash Doll, and I saw a couple of videos, so she's kind of doing her thing. But I'll get into them later. So let's get into it. It started off with Mimi and Stevie J. They threw a party for Eva, for their little girl, and she turned 10 years old. I'm like, oh my God, where did the time go? I remember her being like a little baby. Now she's like 10 years old. She like a whole person, like for real. You know what I'm saying? And everything. And you have Stevie J and Mimi. They seem to be co-parenting very well. Mimi said that her and Jocelyn actually talk, you know, where Jocelyn be texting her and stuff like that, and they're taking baby steps. But everyone seems to be getting along just fine, which I think is great because, you know, what it seems like everyone is in a relationship. You know, Stevie J is married to Faith, and Mimi is with Ty, and then Jocelyn, she's doing her thing. She got her new boyfriend over in Miami or whatever. So it seems like everyone is happy, and a lot of times when you're happy and doing your thing, you don't have time for misery. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to be all upset and be mad because you're happy within your life and what's going on with you. So I'm glad to see that, you know, they're able to co-parent very well. Oh, and at the party, so Rashida came, her and Kirk, and they kind of talked a little bit about their 20-year marriage anniversary or whatever. And, you know, so they was inviting everyone to the party. And I'm going to get into them just a little later, but yeah, so they kind of talked about their 20-year anniversary, wedding anniversary, and I'm like, wow, it's been 20 years, you know, that her and Kirk been together. That's pretty amazing. And, you know, I have read online where people, you know, really kind of try to throw Rashida and Kirk under the bus because of everything that went on in their marriage. I mean, just last season, Kirk went down and had a whole baby on Rashida, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they still together and they're still doing their thing. It's easy for people to say, you know, what they wouldn't put up in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But everyone has their breaking point. So, and I guess she feels like, you know, she committed to this man. She said her vows, whatever. But they seem happy. So, if she like it, I love it. But I'm going to talk about them just a little later. Also, we're going to get into Kendra and Jock. Oh, my goodness. They were there at the baby's birthday party, right? So Rashida asked Kendra, because you know Kendra don't want to have any kids. She was saying that in the last episode that she didn't want to have any kids. In the last season that she didn't want to have any kids. I don't believe she have any now. But Jock, you know, Jock has like 8 or 9 kids. I'm not even sure, but he has a ton of kids. I do know. And she was like, I'm not having no kids. So Rashida go and ask her at Eva's party, and she was like, I hope I'm saying the baby's name right, Eva. But Rashida had asked her at Eva's party, and she was like, so are you getting baby fever, Kendra? You know, here around all the kids? And Kendra was like, no. No, negatory. I ain't having no kids type thing. So, and if you didn't know, Jock and Kendra, they're engaged now. You know, they was dating last season. Now they're engaged to be married or whatever. So also it went into they showed where Kendra and Jock was at the pet store, and they was getting a pet. You know, Jock was getting a dog, I believe, for his twin girls or whatever. So he was getting a pet for the girls, and somehow him and Kendra ended up getting into a conversation about him having a vasectomy.
I don't mind the concept of happy wife, happy life, but what about happy nuts, big bucks? We're looking for a puppy.
I know. I'm just letting you know that we have to
snip my puppy.
Guess what happened today? I forgot to take my dog on birth control. I was running out the house real quick to go to court, forgot.
And Kendra was basically telling him, it's not that I'm different, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, I want to make sure that everything is in order for us, you know what I'm saying? So we can be a solid couple or whatever. And I get what she's saying. So I guess, you know, she feels like when they were dating, it was all cute and fun when they were dating. But now you talking about, you know, us being husband and wife. You talking about us being a committed partner, being in a partnership, because that's what marriage is. It's a partnership. So she's like, we got to get this together. We got to get our 401k. She started talking about prenups and all kind of stuff. Jock was saying that, you know, she was talking about and that they have been arguing about. So I don't think that she has been a different person. You know what I'm saying? I just think that she's a grown woman. She's a 35 grown behind woman, and she's like, okay, we need to get things in order. Okay, and then so they went into Scrappy and Bambi. I actually really love this couple. You know, at first, you know, back in the other seasons and when they started dating and got married and stuff, I wasn't really sure how I felt about them, but they actually look like a really super cute family. Mama D comes in, and immediately the first thing I noticed is she didn't look the same. Like, she looked really skinny. She looked like she lost a lot of weight or whatever. You know, Mama D, she's very vibrant. You know, in the last season, she was very vibrant, very outspoken, very outgoing and everything. But she was not like that in this season. She came in, she had like a little walker or something, and she just wasn't the same. You can tell that it was some things going on with her. And turned out, she said that she, you know, she was an alcoholic, or she is an alcoholic, or battling alcoholism. I know that's not even a word, but you know, she had some problems with alcohol, and what happened was she ended up getting like a kidney stone, and it erupted. She ended up getting a kidney stone, and you know, her bladder erupted and all kind of stuff. She just had some major issues. Turns out she ended up having like 3 surgeries, and the doctor told her that she cannot drink, and she has to have another surgery, which is going to play out in this season too. I think it's going to play out throughout the whole season. Sierra and Shooter. Sierra seemed to be more vocal and more present in this particular season right here. If you remember, she was with Shooter in the previous season. They like broke up. I think they were married or something. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I know they have a son together. And he went through, it was a whole situation where his son, he had an older son that was like in his early 20s, I believe, that died, that got killed or whatever. And so in this particular episode, she went to meet him at, I guess they was having a memorial. I'm not sure what they was having, but it was like at a bowling alley or whatever. So she took her kids, and you know, she went to meet him or whatever, and she's talking to him, and she told him, she was like, you know, apparently she has a court case at his son's funeral in the last season, which was what, like maybe what, a year, 2 years ago? I don't even know, but supposedly she got in a fight with his baby moms or whatever, or the baby moms claim that, you know, Sierra beat her up or whatever. So charges was filed, and she's supposed to be going to court. So she's trying to talk to Shooter and tell Shooter, like, yo, I need you to come to court and testify on my behalf, telling them that I didn't do anything, you know. And he was like, he even admit that she didn't start the fight or whatever, but he did say something that was interesting. He was like, you know what you did, and she know what she did, or something like that. So I thought that caught my attention. But he did also later on admit that she didn't start the fight, that she didn't start anything. But he said he wasn't going to come testify. He was like, well, you know, I went through what I went through with my son, and you wasn't there for me, and all this and that. Well, hell, have you ever thought that she wasn't there for you because you, like, cheated? You know what I'm saying? You went totally against y'all vows or whatever y'all had and ruined the trust or whatever. But she was at the funeral. But he said that he was not going to testify, and he said that he wasn't a snitch, and he wasn't never going back to court. And I really, honestly, I thought that whole scene was ridiculous. I thought he sounded ridiculous. And then I thought it was so stupid that I just felt like Mona. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this was just a whole total Mona plot and told them to come up with something because, yo, I know he cannot be that lame where he's like, if you know that she didn't start the fight or whatever the situation was, and you know you can help her by testifying. I mean, she is the mother of your child. Y'all do have kids together. So the fact that he was so adamant that he wasn't going to go to court for her and he wasn't snitching, and like he was going tit for tat, I was just completely turned off, and I thought he was such a lame and buster for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Really? Seriously? Shooter?
Spent 3 months in a courtroom that you wasn't in.
Okay.
Supporting my son's case. What was you?
Scared that I was gonna be attacked again.
I believe Sierra. I knew she didn't start the fight. But at the end of the day, during my son's trial, I made a vow to myself, if I don't get in trouble, I'll never step foot in the courtroom again. And Sierra know what it is. She know how I feel about the court. She know how I feel about the law. But she being real selfish right now at my son's family fun day, and I don't like it.
Enough about that. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, right? So now, if you remember earlier at the beginning, I mentioned Alexis Sky. So Alexis Sky, she was on another Love and Hip Hop like a while ago or something like that. I don't even remember. I know that she was, how I remember her, she was dating or messing around with Solo Lucci. And Solo Lucci, he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And she got pregnant. Well, I know she has a little girl, and she got pregnant. At first, you know, he was thinking that was his baby or whatever, and she was saying that wasn't his baby. And then she was messing with, I think, Fetty Wap or whatever, and she originally said that it was Fetty Wap's baby, I believe. I believe she did at one point. Then later came out and said it wasn't his baby. So basically, how I know Alexis Sky is through her messing with rappers. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, so it just seems like to me they brought her on this show just to create mess and drama. Just Mona Scott being Mona Scott, doing what she do. Rashida and Kirk, you know, they're all chilling or whatever. They did not invite Alexis Scott to the party because they know Carly Red was going to be there. Carly Red was there, and she apparently her and Alexis Scott have some type of beef. They don't like each other. I don't really know what happened, but Alexis Scott just pops up and they go in. Alexis Scott, you know, they greet Rashida, they say hey and everything, and then next thing you look around, Alexis is taking off her shoes. You know what I'm saying? And so Rashida's like, what's going on? What is she doing? And she goes, she was like, yeah, Carly, you said something about my mom or something. I don't even know what the animosity was, for real. But, you know, she was ready to fight. But I found it very interesting because at the beginning when she was walking in, she said, oh, my daughter is my top priority. You say your daughter is your top priority, but then you come here, you want to fight. Like, you're a grown behind woman. You trying to fight. Like, you have a whole child at home to take care of. You don't need to be locked up, trying to bail out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so she goes up there and she tries to fight Carly Red, and Carly Red, first thing I noticed when I saw Carly Red was her lips. Child, she done got some work done to her lips. Now, she already have had work done before, and I know she had like something done to her butt or whatever, and you can look at it and just obviously just do not look real. No hate on Carly Red, but this shade no shade, so of course I have to keep it real. But the first thing I noticed when I saw her was she did something with her lips, like, I don't know, lips injection. I don't know what she did, but she looked different. You know what I'm saying? She looked completely different. And I understand, you know, with the pressures of living in a city like Atlanta, you know, the big cities, Atlanta, Hollywood, you know, Miami. A lot of times women feel pressured to kind of keep this look up and keep this appearance up. But here's the thing. We're all going to age. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing you can do is just try to age gracefully. You feel me? You know, eat more vegetables. Work out more. Drink red wine. You know what I'm saying? But all this surgery and lip surgery and butt and all this stuff. It's just too much. But anyway, so Alexis Sky was trying to fight Carly Red. Carly Red was like, oh, you're in Atlanta. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. So she was saying all that, and you know, people, the security is getting between them and breaking it up. Rashida was pissed that Alexis Sky come out there trying to fight when she wasn't even invited. She was like, y'all messing up my whole, my whole day. This is my 20-year anniversary that I want to celebrate with my husband, my friends and family. And y'all come jacking the whole thing up. So she was really upset about that. But like I said, again, Alexis Sky, I honestly don't really know what she's famous for. Even, she even made mention about, I remember she was saying something about she do music. But again, I follow her on Instagram and she's not, like, very rarely talking about her music. I see her promoting herself, her body, and seem like she do some hosting gigs, a lot of hosting gigs, but I rarely see her talking about her music at all. So it makes me feel like it's just a fake plot that Mona Scott put together just to create mess. And I really don't like that. Although I like Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but I really don't like that picture that she is trying to paint, because I live here in Atlanta and a lot of these, it's so many boss chicks here in Atlanta. You feel me? So many boss chicks here, so I don't like that whole ghetto messy picture that she's trying to paint, because it's really not like that here. Not, you know what I'm saying, not all the time. You got a lot of chicks that's bosses and just doing their thing. They ain't got time for that drama. Carly Red, I'm not really sure what's all going on with her. In the last episode, she was dating Mo or whatever, and I remember they were having counseling or whatever, and it seemed like she's probably in an abusive relationship with him. Although they didn't say that, but she did say in the last episode that that she was afraid. That she was afraid of him or whatever. So I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with them. But so I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with them. It seems like every season, every episode damn near, she's with a new dude, From the beginning, it was like Benzino, and then she was messing with Scrappy. Not like Bambi Scrap, but it was another dude named Scrap or whatever. Then she was messing with, like, Jennings. She was engaged with him. And then she was messing with Jock. And who else? I feel like I'm forgetting some people. Like, it was quite a few people that she was messing with. Now, I ain't trying to keep up with her body count or nothing like that, but I'm just saying it seems like she has been with some dudes, you know what I'm saying? She's been through some dudes. Now, I don't know if that's just a plot that they, that Mona Scott has created, or if that's her real life. I don't know. But per the show, she has been with several different guys, and it just seems like it just have not worked out for her. You know what I'm saying? So she was saying that she's been through a lot. So when Alexis Sky came for her, she was like, you don't know what I've been through. You ain't about that life. You don't know what I've been through or whatever. So I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with her. I do hope everything I do hope she gets it together, you know what I'm saying, and stop having all these surgeries and stuff, and just learn to love up on herself. Because she did say that, she started drinking and smoking because she was going through so much, you know what I'm saying? So I cannot wait until the next episode aired, and you can catch the review right here. I'll be back and I'll give you an update on that as well, and do a review on that as well. So until next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.